All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai Ba'Hashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth.
Right.
They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai's sake. We're the brothers from GMS Miami. I'm Brother Samak.
I'm your brother Zakaria.
Yeah, today we're going to go into the topic, of what's going on the geopolitical realm. All right. There's a lot of information coming out. Like the apostle elders say, if you miss a day, you miss a lot.
That's right.
Hey, but this is exciting because, this is all leading to the demise of America, Babylon the Great.
That's right.
All right. This kingdom. All right, this wicked kingdom is being forced into this war thanks to the JJs and 1948ers, the small hats, the least of the flock.
Yep.
They're drawing them into this war, and that's going to lead to their destruction. All right, America, Babylon the Great destruction.
Right.
So we're excited. We're going to bring out some articles, but we're here, man. All right, and we as watchmen, okay, we're sounding that trumpet. We're letting our people know. We're letting the whole world know that we're at the end.
That's right.
All right, all this is leading, all right, to the kingdom of heaven being established for the children of Israel. All right, by who the world English calls Jesus. His name is Yahweh Shai.
Right.
All right, so that's what we're looking forward to. So, it's getting exciting, it's getting spicy, and we watching the Lord work.
That's right.
You got it.
This is book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, in verse, we're going to start at verse 12. It says, Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes, for the Lord hath both devised and done that which he spoke against the inhabitants of Babylon.
Right. So, these wars, that you're hearing, on the news media now, okay, we're technically in World War III.
Yep.
All right, just accepted. All right, this is all a snare and a trap. All right, against America, and this was done by Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai. Yep. And we, as the watchmen, we're here to all right, let everyone know, especially here in America, all right, that, this is all leading, all right, to the end of this wicked rulership, this wicked kingdom ruled by Esau, Edom. And when America goes down, that's it. All right, the next kingdom, which is Jacob, is going to rule forever.
That's right.
Okay?
Yep, I'll read it again. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 12. It says, Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, talk about America, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes, for the Lord hath both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Verse 13, O thou that dwelleth upon many waters.
O thou that dwelleth upon many waters. That's code word for America, Babylon the Great. You can get the precept for that. Yep. That's in Revelation 17. Gotcha. Okay, which this is definitely talking about America. All right, Babylon the Great. Yep. Okay.
This is because Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1, it says, And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
That's America. All right, the great whore. All right, and everybody knows she's a whore, especially to them JJs, them 1948ers, them small hats. All right, America's been slutting herself, all right, to them Amalekites. Right. And everybody's talking about it now. All right. That's why this war is not going to stop. Yeah. All right. Because, again, it's what the JJs want. Yep. They want, all right, Iran out the pictures for this whole Greater Israel project. Okay. All right. So America, all right, is that whore because she's slept with this devil,
Right.
All right. Which they're all devils. But, just saying that with them JJs, man. Yeah. Okay. She whored herself out, and now, all right, she can't leave. All right. Or else them JJs, okay, we'll pimp smack. Epstein regime, the Epstein files. Yep. All right. A false flag, like the dancing, JJs. Remember the dancing JJs on 9/11? Nobody wants to talk about that, right?
I forgot about it.
Y'all forgot about that? The dancing JJs? Remember that? On 9/11? And they were able to escape and go back to the statehood of the JJs?
Yeah.
All right. So that's how you know America's a whore. You know.
Yeah, with the many waters.
With the many, and then okay, back to the many waters. Khan.
This is Revelation 17 and verse 15. It says, "And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and languages. I mean, in tongues, because America's a melting pot. So that's how you know it links it up. Revelation 17, 18, all these is all talking about Babylon the Great, man. You know, so back at Jeremiah 51. In verse 13, it says, "Thou that dwelleth upon many waters," because the Bible is cold, is written in cold. You gotta have the Holy Spirit to understand it, man.
Right, and the only ones that are going to understand it are the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, and we call ourselves the hopeful elect. All right, because we hope to be part of that number, but we thank Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai for giving us the understanding by providing us the Comforter.
That's right.
All right, which is the Rakah Kodash. All right, the Spirit Holy. All right, that sups with you when you read those scriptures and you go into these words and you labor, you know, and that's how we know America is the whore that sit upon many waters. All right, we know America is Babylon the Great. All right, and the great thing about it is only the elect are going to receive it and believe it.
That's right,
because you got to have faith to believe. You know, you got to believe it. You got it.
Jeremiah 51 in verse 13, it says, "O thou that dwelleth upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thy end is come in the measure of thy covetousness. Right.
So thy end is come. And with this war with Iran, this is the beginning of your end. Okay? In your covetousness. Now, when you go into that word covetousness, all right, check this out. Oh, the internet want to be slow now all of a sudden? Yo, hold on. Don't make me have to pull a Karen and call up AT&T. Okay, we're good. The Hebrew word for covetousness is ba-tazai. Okay? All right, let's just double check. All right, so this is a ba. Okay? This is a tazah. Right? And then this is an I. So ba-tazai, which means profit, unjust gain, gain profit acquired by violence. Now, what the hell is Donald Trump doing right now? Which we were talking about this at Fellowship on Wednesday. Okay, which I did a lesson on this. I believe it was on Tuesday. All right, that Donald Trump. Okay, he has a revenge spirit on him. All right, and he wants to acquire Iran's oil. He said this in a 1980 interview, all right, that he wanted the oil from Iran. Now, guess what he's doing right now? He's bombing and attacking and sending Marines, all right, to the Karg Island. Now, if you know what Karg Island is, that's where Iran makes its profit from by exporting its oil to China, okay? So this proves that America's Babylon the Great. Okay, I got another article right here. This is from Yahoo News. It says Trump sends military to open Strait of Hormuz by force. Right, and again, just put two to two together. Where did he hit? Where did he send the military? To Karg Island. All right, Iran's oil supply. Okay, and then he says that he attacked. This is Donald Trump, which you can't believe anything he says. All right, you got to just take it for face value. But he said that, I have chosen not to wipe out the oil infrastructure on the island, right? Because he wants that oil, but he hit the military targets that were on that island. All right, so there's a war on that island, and what's so crazy is that when you go into the nickname of Karg, it means Forbidden Island. So the Lord is setting this man up. All right, to be taken out of power. His end has come, man.
That's right.
All right, because of his greed, his covetousness, his violence. All right, America is going down. All right, this horror is going down. Okay, so this is the times that we're in. You got something?
Precept, yeah, bro. This is Ecclesiastes or Sirach chapter 10 in verse 8. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another," man. So this is going to lead to Esau's downfall, man. He's coveted fields, take them by violence. You know, he wants the oil. He wants to take over the whole oil throughout the four corners of the earth, hoarding everything to himself because he's not going to give it out. He's going to be a charge for that. Because he's doing that, the Lord, when the Lord Yahushua returns, he's going to take him out of power, man. And before the Lord returns, all hell's going to break loose, man.
Yep. And this is it, you know. Okay, we're going to see. Pay attention to Karg Island because China depends on that island. Okay, that's where they're getting the oil supply from Iran. Okay, so we're going to see, is the Chinese President Jinping, whatever the fuck his name is he going to meet with Donald Trump next month, or is he going to cancel that meeting? All right. If the Marines expeditionary unit, and that already proves that this was boots on the ground.
Yeah.
All right. I believe the boots are on the ground on that island. That's just we'll see, but that's just my personal opinion. Because why would you send the Marine expeditionary unit? All right. In this next wave.
Right.
All right. And that proves that America's been lying to the American people. When I said America, I meant Trump's administration, like P. Hegseth and Joint Chief of Staff, General Kane, okay? Dan, I think his name is Dan Kane, because they're saying that they have dominated Iran.
Right.
All right, they have dominion, okay, over air and sea, but yet they're still fighting over just, they're trying to open up the Strait of Hormuz. They're trying to sack an island, all right. So they don't have it all,
right?
Okay.
Planes getting blown out of the sky.
Yeah. So, so this is spicy. Now, I want to bring out this article because this just came out too. It says leak exposes shock Trump blunder on worst case war scenario, and it says the Trump administration had no plan for what to do if Iran closed off the Strait of Hormuz in retaliation for U.S. bombing the country, according to a report. The Pentagon and the National Security Council had completely underestimated how willing Iran would be to shut off the vital shipping lane between Iran and Oman, through which around 1/5 of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas passes, multiple sources told CNN. So they didn't count the cost.
Right.
All right. They didn't what's it called? Take to account. Yeah. They thought Iran, was bluffing when they said they'll shut down the Strait of Hormuz. All right, and that's that pride, man.
Yep.
And that's why the Lord has taken you in your pride, man. Okay, you didn't have a viable plan, and the scriptures talk about not having a viable plan. I believe it's in the NLT version.
Let me see.
But
this devil, he didn't count the cost.
Mm-hmm. He didn't count the cost. You could get that.
Yeah, let me get that.
You could get that.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is Luke chapter 14 in verse. Luke chapter 14 in verse. Bear with me. Yeah, verse 28. Luke chapter 14, verse 28. He says, "For which of you intended to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it?" Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in this truth, you got to count the cost. We're gonna give you the true breakdown. Then we're gonna give the understanding what we're talking about with this. When you come to the truth, you got to count the cost, man. But you're gonna catch hell. You're gonna go through things. But hey, at the end of it, the Lord's gonna deliver us. Like Esau, they didn't count the cost when they go in there, man.
Yep.
You're supposed to have a plan already planned out. You're supposed to. If this happened, this is gonna happen. All right. It says, for which of you intended to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Least happily, after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him. That's representative, like someone that come to the truth and they fell off. But now, using this for Esau,
yep,
he didn't count the cost. Now, people laughing on him. Look at the comment boards, man.
Yep. Yo, he's looking, okay.
Yeah.
They're fumbling on their plans. They're constantly changing their military strategy. First it was the nuclear uranium, the nuclear that's gone. Now they're talking about unconditional surrender,
right.
All right, which means regime change. Then they're talking about we got to take the oil from the terrorists, all right, which that was the whole plan, okay, all right. And then there's another. What's it called? They didn't even count the cost for the munitions.
Yeah.
They're taking the Patriot missiles and the THAAD missiles from South Korea, and they're bringing them over to the so-called Middle East, mainly to protect the JJs, because they're getting built to ass in Tel Aviv. Okay? Right. But I got the scripture that I want to find. This is in Proverbs chapter 15, verse 22 in the NLT version. Plans go wrong for lack of advice.
Yep.
Many advisors, all right, bring success. So there you go. All right. Lack of advice. Okay. Or not taking heed to advice. All right. Or just ignoring advice plain.
Right.
Okay. In the KJV, it says, without counsel, purposes are disappointed.
Yep.
But in the multitude of counselors, they are established. Right. So this devil didn't count the cost, and it's being shown. Yeah. Now, again, planes getting blown up out of the sky. All right. Soldiers are dying. Now they got it. Now they're bombing. Okay. This island. Okay. Trying to take it over. And that's going to, what do you think China and Russia are going to do, man? You think they're going to allow that shit to slide? Kings of the East being prepared.
Yep. There's a little bit more in this Luke chapter 14, verse 31. I'm reading the NLT that says, or what king will go to war against another king without first sitting down with his counselors?
Ooh, see?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah, there's a spirit.
There's a spirit, man.
It says, or what king will go to war against another king without first sitting down with his counselors to discuss whether his army of 10,000 could defeat the 20,000 soldiers marching against him? Because they didn't count like when they hit those when they came and hit Iran, they didn't count that Iran was going to hit all his military bases in the Gulf. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's going to hit Israel, man.
Yep. They didn't think Iran was going to hit them in those hotels.
Right.
I'm still going to bring that up. Motherfuckers are partying in the hotel. Pew! Here comes a drone. Boom! And they weren't just getting military personnel. They were getting CIA operatives that thought they could then weasel their way, all right, hiding in a hotel, thinking they could do their wickedness. Nope. Yeah. And that's why, the Dubai is cooked. Yeah. No more. That's it. No more partying in Dubai. Yeah. All you clowns that are still stuck in Dubai, good luck. All right, here it is. They're still Americans. Okay, right. Babylonians. This really should be called. Yeah. Stuck out there. They still haven't flown them all out. Like I got you got more on that?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
Luke 14:32 says, and if he can't, he will send a delegation to discuss terms of peace while the enemy is still far away. That's they talking about some let them surrender. Yeah, trying to cease fire. No, man, we going to war. Right, y'all only got 10,000. We got 20,000, and we got Russia and we got China backing us, man.
Yep, that's it. Because that's beautiful you said that. Because hey, when you listen to like Scott Ritter, or Colonel McGregor, okay, or what was the other one? Larry Johnson. Who's the other one?
No, the China dude.
My Asian dude. Yeah. That motherfucker, man. Hey, he could be Balaam, or he could be an Israelite. Who knows, But he was like, they all were saying how Iran's not going to negotiation tables. All right, that's the thing. This is why these stupid Americans, man. Y'all some brain dead. Yeah. You really have lack the ability, all right, to see what the hell is going on, man. Right. All right. Did you know that this is the second time America's and them JJs snaked Iran in negotiation? Okay. The first time was last year. They snaked them. They were in the middle of negotiating, and then America and them JJs did a sneak attack. Yeah. Okay. And then this time they did the same thing. Okay, they did a sneak attack on Saturday, and they killed little girls. Yep. Little girls, over 170 little Iranian girls. Okay, those are the daughters of the Islamic Republic Guard military personnel. Yeah. You think they just gonna blood? They want blood, and then you killed the Ayatollah, who's like he's like the equivalent to the Pope. Right. All right, and this is according to these military intelligence officers that know this area, so I'm going to take their word for it. Right. Okay, they've been, like Scott Ritter. Watch Scott Ritter. Yeah. I mean, he really goes into that. Right. He studies this. This is That was his lot.
Right.
You know, that's why the Lord had it that now we're watching these military officers, these ex-military personnel that are giving us an insight, okay, of what's really going on, and we're filtering it through the scriptures.
Right.
That's how we know this war ain't going away. It's only going to get bigger.
Yep.
So you killed these little girls, all right? You killed their Ayatollah, all right? And then the next Ayatollah is the son,
Right.
who you killed his father, his wife, his baby that wasn't even a 1-year-old. Nah, there is no. Nah, it's jihad now. That's what the fuck that is. They're getting ready to go all out.
Yeah.
So this is why you clowns didn't count the cost, and and that's why there's division amongst the American military and the political realm, and that's why there's so much leaks going out.
Yeah.
All right, because people are waking up. They're like, holy shit.
Yep.
All right, this is getting bad. All right, get ready for boots on the ground.
Yep.
Okay, the Marines, they're about to be slaughtered, man.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be a fucking. They call it the Forbidden Island. That's gonna be a meat grinder, man.
Yep.
They ain't gonna be able to take that oil so quickly. That oil supply. Proverbs 20 and 18. All right, this is the NLT version. Plans. This is really what I wanted to bring out. Plans succeed through good counsel. Don't go to war without wise advice.
See? The scriptures tell you everything, man.
Man, the scriptures tell you everything.
But Esau, he swears in the Bible, but he put his law behind him.
Yeah.
So what have you to take my covenant in your mouth, man? The JJs, y'all should know that. Y'all the people, right? Y'all should know this.
Yeah, y'all should know this. Yeah, man. Yo, that's a good point. Yeah, Amalek.
Yeah.
Right? You claim to be us. You should know this. You know, but hey, we understand why you're doing this, all right? Because you don't care about America.
Right.
And that's what these Americans are about to realize.
Yep.
The Amalek, the JJs, the 1940s, the small hats, they look at America as New Rome, as Edom. Facts.
Yep.
Okay? And they want America to be destroyed in this war.
Yeah.
So they have total dominion over the so-called Middle East. But that's to their own demise, because Russia, all right, pursuing Ezekiel 38, is going to crush, all right, these JJs, man.
That's right.
All right? And they're going to keep being a guard to Iran. They're not going to allow Iran to fall. They're not going to allow Iran to fall. They're not going to allow, okay, you JJs in America to take over that oil.
Right.
Okay? And then you got China too.
Yep.
China's not, China needs that oil, man. They already have a deal with Iran.
Yeah.
So it's getting spicy, man.
Spicy.
Another article. They didn't count the cost. They didn't they didn't listen to wise counsel. U.S. burning through years of munitions in Iran war. The first 6 days of the conflict in the Middle East, so-called Middle East, really Asia, have cost Washington at least $11.3 billion, man.
Yep.
Meanwhile, they bitching and complaining over Jake and the food stamps, using food stamps to buy a cookie. Look at this shit, man. And Esau be going crazy. Cut the food stamps.
Right.
Da-da-da. But yeah, look at this war.
Yeah,
Okay?
cook.
All right, this is where all the money's going to.
Right.
To them and them JJs. While gas goes up, cost of living goes up. All right, jobs get cut. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? That's why there's going to be a civil war here in America, man.
This place divided.
You got it.
You wanted that Isaiah 14?
Yeah, we got to bring that out. Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 14 in verse 4, it says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased.
Yeah, and that's what we're saying this, all right? Like, hey, everything you're doing is to your own demise. That's why we're taunting you. We're like, yeah. Hey, go ahead, fight in this war. We're looking forward to it, because we know you're going down. The Bible says you're going down. The Lord said it, man.
Right.
And we hear the prophets. We're here just to bring out what the Lord said. Yeah. That's why we cut you with the words, okay, of the Lord. We hewn you by the words of the prophets. And we're those prophets. If you get Hosea, 6, what is it? 6 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's in Hosea chapter 6. Yeah, hewn. And let me get it too, because the NLT be slapping. It be slapping. Hey, it's getting spicy, man. You got to be excited. I'm watching this war, this whole war every day. I'm like, yo, it's just getting better and better. Like, I can't contain myself sometimes, man. I be at work, man.
Yeah.
I be just so chipper at work and saying hey to everybody
Yeah.
and smiling, and people, you can see in their eyes they have they have they have uncertainty, doubt. They're scared. They're frustrated, and I'm over here smiling, trying to cheer. Like, hey, man, what's going on? No, nothing. Same day as usual. Like, yeah, man.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I can't.
I got it.
Oh, you got it right? Okay,
Yeah.
come
I
on.
pulled it up for you. Yeah, I want to get the NLT version. Yeah, while you read it. But yeah, you read this, and then I'll get the NLT version.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Hosea chapter 6 verse 5. It says, "Therefore have I hewn them down by the prophets.
Mm-hmm.
I have slain them by the words of my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth."
Right, and again, we had great millstones starting with our apostle elders. Starting with our apostle elders.
Right.
They've been saying this for decades. Okay, going back to the 80s, the 90s.
Right.
Okay, the 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay, they've been saying this was going to happen.
Yep.
Okay, via the scriptures, bringing it out in the scriptures, saying the Lord was going to make it. Okay, that this World War III is going to pop off.
Right.
All right. That America is going to be in the what's it called, in the get Joel chapter 2 verse 20.
Yeah.
I don't want to butcher it. Okay.
Yeah. The land.
Okay. The barren land, the barren and desolate land.
Yep.
Okay. They were saying this for decades. Yeah. All right, and we were just following. Okay, our apostle elders. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We're just following in their footsteps.
Yeah, now it's coming true.
Yep.
Joel chapter 2 and verse 20 says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army."
Mm-hmm. Northern army represents America.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
It says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army."
And how's the Lord doing that? By giving you over to your lust, America. You want the oil, or you going to die for that oil?
That's right.
Okay, you got it.
It says, "And will drive him into a land barren and desolate,
Uh-huh.
with his face toward the east sea."
Right. Ooh, the EC. So, all right, we'll get a map. We're going to get a map. Wait, we got, we don't got to worry about the computer falling. So, Iran. We're just going to go to Iran map. Okay? So, the reason why I'm saying the Iran map, because, all right, what's the country next to Iran? Iraq.
Yeah.
Okay? And what goes through Iraq? The Euphrates River,
Yep.
right? But guess what? The Euphrates River falls right into the Persian Gulf, where Iran is at. And how interesting, the right north of the Persian Gulf, okay, where the Euphrates River flows into, is Karg Island, right there.
Yep.
Okay? So, hey, the prophecies are on point.
Yeah.
Okay? So you got military troops, okay, here, all in Iraq, in the Persian Gulf, okay, in Saudi Arabia, okay, in Syria,
Yep.
okay, in Jordan. Isn't this where the Iranians are attacking? They're attacking bases in Syria, in Iraq, okay, in Saudi Arabia, in Jordan, okay, and then of course in the statehood of the JJs.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, the prophecies are on point.
Yeah, they bombing the hell out of them.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like they missiles go far.
They
bro.
missiles go
They
far.
got high technology. Man. You got it, brother. It's like
yeah, Bahrain. Bahrain. That's where the Fifth Fleet gone. Fifth Fleet is gone. There's no Fifth Fleet there. All right, kiss it goodbye. There's nothing there. All right, it's just dust. That's why Iran kept saying, "Oh, we killed over about a 500 U.S. military personnel," because Bahrain got cooked, man. That was the first place they hit, the Fifth Fleet. Okay, Qatar, Doha, getting rocked. Okay, United Arab Emirates, all right, getting rocked. Okay, again, the prophecy speaking. Okay, so yeah. Then you got Iran's proxies, like the Houthis. The Houthis that's the thing. They were so proud.
Right.
The Houthis was giving them the work last year.
You're right.
Okay, look up Operation Rough Rider. Okay, they were smacking America's U.S. Navy all throughout the Red Sea and hitting them JJs.
Yeah.
Because they were getting the missiles from Iran. That's how you know they were proud.
Yeah.
They were, last year should have told you, nah, we ain't ready for Iran. Look at the capabilities that Iran's proxies have on the statehood of the JJs. That's how you know this is the Lord's movie.
Yeah.
You're no one's in control of their destiny, man. The Lord used their pride against them, because that was ultimate pride. Right. You gotta be a dummy, man.
Hey, they lost against Afghanistan.
You lost in Afghanistan. Yep. Say it, brother.
The Taliban. Remember they push y'all out, man.
Yeah, 20-year plus war with the Taliban, and then they came back. You know, that's why there was a meme saying they had us all the way to the fourth quarter, but we got them at the 2-minute. There's a meme, bro. Yeah. Like it was like a sports game. They had us all the way to the comeback, the ultimate comeback. So this is how we know America is that North Army. Continue.
Yep. This book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 20 says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea,
Euphrates River,
says, in his hinder part towards the utmost sea."
Right, that's talking about the Red Sea, which the Houthis done said, yeah, all right, you get your navy through here, all right, it's about to be a bad case, man. It's gonna be bad for you. That's what the Houthis are ready. Okay, they waiting for your navy to go through there, all right, through the Gulf of Aden. And that's a fucking, look at that. I don't even know, what do they call it? This is a strait. Yeah. This thing is small. Yeah. The Bab al-Mandab Strait. Yeah. That just sounds like death.
Place of difficulty.
Place of difficulty. This is a crazy strait.
Y'all niggas gonna go over there and get stuck, man.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have no help to get y'all out there. That's what the scripture's gonna say.
That's what they're gonna say, bro.
Like, how y'all gonna, like, they gonna blow up their planes and shit. You know how those movies, they go in there, and then the emergency helicopters can't get them out.
Yep.
Y'all niggas gonna be stuck fighting against thousands of troops, man.
Thousands of troops. All right. This is the judgment from the Lord, man. Right. Continue.
Joel chapter 2 verse 20 says, "But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things."
And what is that stink? Bodies. Yeah. Lots and lots of dead, military personnel, U.S. military personnel. It's just a fact. This is what the Bible's saying. All right? This is that draft is coming. All right? Boots on the ground. Yeah. Any day now. Boots on the ground. Lord willing, this weekend. Yeah. Okay? Boots on the ground. And then when that is declining, when they're like, damn, a lot of our soldiers are being put down. All right. Then they'll probably do a false flags. Yeah. Okay, more than likely it's looking like a false flag with drones hitting the power grid. All right, then you got the cyber attack hitting the banks, which that will coincide to get the RFID chip system, fast tracking it. So yeah, it's go time, man. That's right. All right, any day, man, you're gonna see boots on the ground and more bodies. All right, so go back to
Isaiah.
So we read Hosea 6 and 5. Let me get the NOT version. Yeah, right. Then you go back to Isaiah. So now Hosea chapter 6 and 5, because again, this is the words of the Lord, and we hear the prophets are just bringing out the words of the Lord.
That's right.
So NOT from Hosea chapter 6 verse 5 says, "I sent my prophets to cut you to pieces, to slaughter you with my words, with judgments as inescapable as light." Ooh, so you're not going to escape this. All right? I want to see what the AMP says. Yo, check this out. "Therefore I have hewn them in pieces by the words of the prophets. I've slain them by the words of my mouth. My judgments pronounced upon them by the prophets are like the light that shines forth, obvious to all."
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Hey, the Lord said we're going to be a praise and we're going to be a fame and a praise in a land that we'll put to shame. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. The Lord's going to make us famous because we were saying this. All right. We kept saying it over and over and over again. People were looking at us like crazy. Our family were disowning us. All right. People talking shit behind our back. A prophet is without honor except in his country. Let me get that.
Yeah.
Right.
Saving his country. Yeah.
Prophet without honor. Yup. Let me get that. Not to butcher it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mark chapter 6 verse 4. "But Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, but," meaning however, "in his own country and among his own kin and in his own house." Right. your own wife looking at you crazy,
Right.
okay, or your girlfriend, whatever. It's still, that's your wife, because if you're popping her, that's your wife. Shoot, your children, right? You got, or your what's it called? If you're under 18, you're still living with your mom and dad.
Yeah.
They looking at you bugged out.
Yep.
All right, and if and then of course among his own kid, right? Your family, and then of course your country, your own nation, because 2/3 of our people look at us like we were crazy. Remember we had the sign, that World War III is coming, and all
USSR,
the USSR, and then we had the earth with all the flames coming up in different parts of the world.
Yep.
They looked at us like we were bugged out. Now look, okay.
I told you so. I got it in the NLT.
Come on, bring it out.
Mark chapter 6 verse 4 NLT says, "Then Yahushua told them, a prophet is honored everywhere except in his own hometown and among his relatives in his own family."
See that?
You're supposed to honor the prophets, but they look at us like, bro, you like they told Yahushua, aren't you Joseph's son?
Yep.
They didn't believe, man. They didn't believe, but now they seen it, bro.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now we not as crazy as you thought we was, right?
That's right. And we're giving this to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Right.
All right? Because he's getting the glory. All right? That's why we thank him for waking us up, man, to this truth.
Right.
Well, we'll finish off Isaiah 14.
Yeah.
We've been, it's spicy, man. It's going to get, we here, man. All right? That's why you better repent, man.
Yep.
Okay? The gates of mercy is quickly closing.
Right. This book, Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 4, it says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased. Verse 5, the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Right. And how's the Lord breaking the staff? All right. By keeping you in the so-called Middle East. All right. And breaking your piggy bank. All right. Putting you in economic turmoil.
Yeah.
All right. Creating division because a lot of people are against this war.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What's it called? Exposing all your evil, wicked deeds, you Epstein regime. That's the new term. Epstein regime. Okay.
Yep.
All right. This is how the Lord's breaking you. Okay. So it's only bad for y'all here on out.
Yeah.
All right. There's nothing you can do but, eat judgment.
Yeah.
You got it.
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 5 again. Says, the Lord have broken the staff of the wicked. With Esau, y'all the wicked, man. And the scepter of the rulers. Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. Yeah, Esau, he smoked the people with a continuous stroke, man. He put sanctions on people. He tried to go in people's countries, but the Lord's about to bring this devil down, man. This your last hoorah. This your last. You messed up. You say, you know, fucked up, right?
Yep. Hey, it's getting spicy.
Yep. Verse 7 says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Right. And that's the kingdom of heaven, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting on. All right. The whole earth is going to be rejoicing. The plants, the animals. All right. When this devil's out of power, man. Because we need new management.
Right.
All right. The earth, here it is. There's memes coming out. It's funny. All right. But it goes to show you the hypocrisy. Here it is. This devil in America is talking about, clean the Earth Day. And and make sure you throw your plastic out and recycle and all this shit. Then over in the other side of the world, they're bombing oil refineries, creating a fucking acid rain.
Yeah.
Literally poisoning the sky,
Crazy.
poisoning the dirt. This man is a hypocrite.
Yeah.
This is a true fucking devil, man.
Yeah.
You telling pushing this whole green earth thing, but look what you're doing over there in the so-called Middle East, man.
Right.
All right, polluting the whole damn earth, oil all over the place. The people in Iran now breathing that shit in. All right, children got the chemical warfare. That was chemical, and that's how America is so dirty and grimy. That's why the Lord going to take this devil out. He's hitting. Okay, he's committing war crimes. You're not supposed to hit. All right, infrastructure that affects civilians.
Yeah.
Here it is. This man is talking about. We're here to help out the Iranian people. We want to make sure, that they got a government that's all right for them. but you're fucking destroying the infrastructure that they need to live.
Right.
You're a fucking hypocrite. Okay? So you're a madman. Okay? And that's how you know people are seeing through that bullshit. It was always about regime change, man. You want to control, all right, the Strait of Hormuz, but that's going to be your death trap, man.
Yep.
Your place of difficulty, and that's the fucking meat grinder. I'm watching Karg Island like a hawk. I want to see if you're able to take that fucking island, man.
Yeah.
Real talk. You got it.
Yep. I guess that was it.
That's it?
Yeah.
As thou become weak as...
Okay, go ahead.
And then we'll close out with that one. Because that was also reminding me. Because when it talks about the kings...
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just continue reading.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 14 and verse 7 says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Verse 8, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Says, what is a feller? A lumberjack, man. Who's deforestation? You Edomites to build these damn skyscrapers, man.
Yep. But they talk about save the planet, Earth Day, recycle. Hypocrites.
Yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers is the devil, bro.
Scripture say the joy of the hypocrite, but for a moment.
Yep.
Verse 9, it says, hell from beneath is move for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Right, because you're going to the grave.
Yeah.
All right. You're going to that pit, man. That grave, man.
Yep.
All right. Death is, all right. A lot of, that stink, that dead bodies, man.
Yeah.
Okay. This war is leading to your death, man. Straight to the grave.
Straight to the grave.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Shawa'al. It says hell, because there's no such thing as like a place that you burn forever.
Right.
It says hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stareth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Right. And that goes to show you that's all right. These nations are being stirred up. They're watching. You got Russia, China, watching everything like, oh, look at America's not as strong as they claim to be.
Right.
Ooh, oh, okay. So our technology, our intelligence that we're providing Iran is fucking these motherfuckers up. All right, all right. And Russia and China just jotting down.
Yeah.
All right.
You weak now. Your bases that you got over in the Middle East, that shit gone, man.
Yep.
So you gonna have to fly all the way from America, wherever you base or wherever you probably go to the fucking NATO and shit, but they gonna turn against you. Your ass cooked, man.
I want to see what the AMP does. AMP say? You tyrant Babylon. It stirs up the spirits of the dead to greet you. All the leaders of the earth. It raises. Ooh, look at the AMP. Sha'al, which means the grave. All right. Below is excited about you to meet you when you come, you tyrant of Babylon. It stirs up the spirits of the dead to greet you. All right. And let's talk about these heathens. Yeah. All right. All the leaders of the earth. It raises all the kings of the nations from the thrones in astonishment at your fall. They're going to rejoice, man. Okay. All right. Because these are the same kings coming back, man.
Yep.
All right. Because reincarnation. All right.
Reset real quick.
You know, like Xerxes. You don't think Xerxes is in the Persian army? Xerxes could be one of those generals. All right. Cyrus the Great, you know, or Darius. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Cause I got preset real quick, Michael Shah. This Jeremiah 51 in verse 4 in the NLT says, then the heavens and the earth then the heavens and earth will rejoice, for out of the north will come destroying armies against Babylon, said the Lord. Talking about the North country, talking about America. I mean, Russia, man. They're going to come against America. It says, verse 49, just as Babylon killed the people of Israel and others throughout the world, so must her people be killed. So you got to, you slain, all right, they're going to come for you, man.
That's right.
Your people going to be killed, man.
That's right.
Is Isaiah chapter 14 in verse 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Verse 10, it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
That's it. And all the nations are seeing it. All the nations are saying, yo, America's not as strong as it claims to be. America's not, you know, the big, powerful bully that it claims to be.
Yeah.
All right. And because Iran's giving them the business.
Yeah.
All right. The Persians are giving them the business. All right. They've been preparing, and they got a strategy called war of attrition, meaning prolonging this war. All right, to drain America's economy and create civil unrest because of the people here in America not living an uncomfortable life.
Yeah.
So they're banking on prolonging this war.
Right.
All right. And then again, you're running out of munitions, which you didn't count the cost, you dummy. So this is getting spicy. So and again, Russia, China, North Korea are like, yo, this bitch America was faking the funk.
Yeah, they had two bombs in World War II.
Yeah.
And now people thought you was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Now look at you, man.
Yeah, they got caught perpetrating, man.
Yeah, that 250 years is catching up on your ass.
Yep, man. Yep. So, Lord willing, you got anything else to say?
Nah, that's it, bro.
So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Hey, we're almost out of here, man. All right. This devil is going down. She's at her end. Yep. All right. All her covetousness, her greed, her, going after all these resources, it's going to be to her own demise.
Yep.
All right. You've done all this violence, and now it's coming to bite you. All right. All over the place, man. Because every nation wants their pound of flesh, and the Lord's going to give it to them.
Yep.
All right. So with that, we want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today.
That's right.
And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep the door, keep the faith, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostle elders. We're almost out of here. To the fuses that are watching, keep studying. When you pray, pray your head covered. Shalom.
Shalom.